10:06 on your Ag Information Station, WTIM.
Your information station, WTIM.
Good morning. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining me in this segment is Chief of Police Dwayne Wheeler with the Taylorville Police Department. Good morning to you, Dwayne. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Glad to have you back around here this month. And I don't know where we want to start quite here today. We've got quite a bit of pieces that we want to get to. And one in particular that you mentioned to me was some work that's being done on the square. I talked to Bruce Berry about some of that work that's being done and just some of the activity and road work that is going on in Taylorville. Would you like to start there, or did you have a different place in mind?
Yeah, the square, I don't know. We had that huge fight last week. One person got injured, or several people got injured. It's at the point now where, we do have zero tolerance. I've been working with the guys and girls at the department. I'm going to make some changes over there at the square, and and they're not going to be happy. The kids are not going to be happy at all. But my job is to save lives. I'm not going to tolerate the gunplay. My job. I've been working the best I can to keep these guns off the street, and we have been. Every time I hear about a gun or guns, we go after those people. But we retrieved a couple over there, and it's just. I'm not going to tolerate that. I mean, I don't want someone shot. And also, too, we're so close to Springfield, Decatur, and now they want to come out and hang out here, which is fine if they act right. But then again, you got the locals and you got the outside kids, and you got one side of the square that is just absolutely they want to be gang members. I don't know what they want to be, but all I know is it's going to stop. They're either going to shape up or they're going to be out of there. They're going to be either in jail or they're going to not be able to come around. I'm not going to have no kids hurt no more. I'm just not going to have it. So I'm focusing on some really good. I got some really good plans going, working with the team, and even the CAT teams get involved to get over there and clean it up. Kids driving around the square at 45, 55 miles an hour. They don't understand that, if they hit someone just walking across the street, they're going to get charged with probably reckless homicide, because for one, they're reckless and they just killed somebody.
Yeah. And
it could be one of their friends. They don't get it. So you know what? It's at the point now where, we patrol it, we talk to them. It's even walking the square, they still find ways to do some criminal activity, and but the plans I have, it's going to be where they're not going to be too happy. The kids that go there to enjoy themselves, they're going to be fine. The kids that go up there and start drinking and looking for fights, they're not going to be happy.
And I apologize, I misinterpreted your work on the square side of things. I did not realize that had taken place last week in terms of a large fight. Would you be willing to share any of the plans or the potential for them when it comes to dealing with the square more properly?
Yeah, staffing's always been fine. I mean, you could have someone sitting there, but still something's going to happen. Technology is what I'm working on. I got some really good technology plans coming up, and I believe the city board is on board with it too, and it's really going to help us out and pinpoint the problem childs, and we're going to go after them and get them off the square. And we do know who they are, but like anything else, we need evidence to either charge them or get them off the square. I'd much rather, not arrest anyone. I'd much rather just let them have fun. 75% of the kids at the square are having a good time, enjoying themselves. You just got that 25% that just act up.
The bad apples ruin the bunch for sure. And you had mentioned technology to me before we got to start. In terms of the technology that's being brought on and that you're looking to utilize, are you willing to share any of those pieces? Are we talking just like more CCTV type cameras?
Yeah, I am getting more flock cameras in. They're actually being installed as we speak. Hopefully, they'll be completed by the end of May or mid-June. Um, this way, we do have the city pretty much covered when it comes to seeing who's coming in and leaving. It's been a great tool for us for investigative purposes. If we have a residential burglary and maybe we were able to catch the vehicle on a doorbell cam, it's great because we could look at the cameras and see, when they leave, and get the license plates and start the investigation, usually catch the bad guys. Thefts, fights, domestics. If we need to find a car, which direction it went to, dispatch could look at the cameras and see if it went towards 48, if it went down 29. But I did have some hidden pockets that these individuals were able to say, hey, listen, we could probably get out to Taylorville this way without being seen on these cameras. That's gone. So we're going to get cameras up there. And this will be, once these are all installed, there's no way to get out of Taylorville without it snowing. So it's a great feeling. Plus, it's a great feeling that if someone does come in Taylorville, for example, if they had a shooting, like I said before, in Springfield, Decatur, or somebody's wanted in Chicago, and we get a hit on the vehicle coming into Taylorville, at least we're there to stop them.
And now you can help other departments and their investigations and things of that nature, if at all possible, and obviously really help out your own cause. I obviously will not also have you out where these cameras are or anything like that, but did not realize that some of those were out there. Anything else technology wise that you're looking to implement, or anything else that you wanted to touch on with that topic?
Well, I think technology. Yes, we just got a new system coming. Actually, it's here. We dump phones and we go through computers, and that's part of our investigation. And the phones are really good when it comes to narcotics and also any type of criminal activity. We could go ahead and download phones. The more sophisticated the phones get, and then the technology that we have, it's hard to keep up. So we were able to get better technology and get ahead of these phones. So now we're able to get into these phones quicker, break into them if we don't have the password. So, which is a really great tool because we can get a search warrant on a phone, within an hour, and get into the phone within an hour and see what's going on. And we find out exactly, we don't care about your personal business on these phones. I mean, it's the least of our worries. But, we look at criminal activity and also the GPS too. I mean, if you say you were here at one spot, well, we could find out if you were there or not through your phone. You do a crime with your phone on you, usually you're going to get caught. But so it's technology is where it's at today. It just makes our jobs a lot easier and much better evidence for the courts. So we are, I could say, for this size department, we are definitely doing very well in technology. Even from departments up north, our size, we have the technology just like they have. And we integrate with all other departments too. So we share information, and that's how you solve crime, is to share information.
Is this, when it comes to the phone tapping, we'll call it, is that something you guys can do remotely, or is that something that has to actually be in your hands, brought to the station, plugged into this machine or piece?
Yes. Yeah, it has to be at the station.
Okay.
The machine's big. You can't carry it around. We do have a lot of good stuff in our cars.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the flock cameras, we can see those in our vehicles. When we get a hit on a vehicle coming in, we know about it. And also with the flock cameras, there's almost every city is having them, and also county too. I know our county don't have flock cameras, but several counties do have flock cameras out in the country areas, and we integrate with them. And so if they're looking for a car, they can go right into our system and take a look, and we can go into their system and take a look.
That's the other thing, is if you're looking for the car. They're not for the use of just 10,000 people drove there. You're looking for specific things. I think a lot of times that gets missed in this whole we need more cameras. It's only for those that are doing
yeah
wrong.
you got the First Amendment auditors that's say that, hey, this is First Amendment violation, and it's these cameras. You put a plate inside the flock cameras, or you put the make of the vehicle, and that's an investigative tool. We don't look at every plate that comes through. All we look at is what we put. We entered the data. Okay, Decatur enters the data. Chicago enters the data. St. Louis enters the data. Carlinville. I mean, they all got the cameras. Okay, the Macon County, Will County, whatever. They enter the data. They're looking for a car. If it hits in Taylorville, they're going to be notified. So if one of our cars hit in Will County, we'll be notified. So it's not about, we don't look at people's plates and what they're driving. I mean, we don't have time for that. We get a ring on our system that we just got to hit. Dispatch will look, or we'll look in our computers, and we'll say, okay, we got a car come in. This guy's wanted for attempted murder out of East St. Louis. Now he's made his way into Taylorville, maybe to hide, or he's got a friend here. We might be able to catch him.
This is why we need a WTIM podcast, so I could ask you more questions about these things, because we've already run out with 11 and a half minutes for our first segment. We'll come back around and we'll talk more with Taylorville Police Chief Dwayne Wheeler when we return. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Listen for Taylorville Tornado baseball, softball, and Little League games on New Country 104.1 and stream live on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. You'll hear selected boys baseball, girls softball, and Little League games brought to you by
Blakely Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Taylorville Community Eye Care, and the senior citizens of Christian County, all in Taylorville.
The purple and gold are coming your way. The Taylorville Tornadoes are going.
Huge inventory of about 2,000 vehicles by clicking on our ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining me is Taylorville Police Chief Dwayne Wheeler. We talked a little bit about some work that's going to be done on the square to help kind of shore some issues up, as well as some technology upgrades. And we'd like to talk a little bit about some recent events. Had a bunny hop and a kids coffee and cone, kids cops, coffees and cones. This is why we have you in studio.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about how those recent events went for you.
With the bunny hop was we had, I don't know, it was a large number. It was the highest number we've had. We've only been doing it for 2 years. The LP Creamery was another just outstanding event. Tons of kids. Special Olympics. We raised a lot of money for Special Olympics. We have a lot of other programs coming up. You know, we're very community engaged. And also, we just love when the citizens come out with their kids and have fun with the police. It's great. You know, we had a canine demo. But I'll tell you, this year went very well. We're doing great when it's coming to our Special Olympic program. So that's a big key.
Exciting for you guys that it was just the second annual bunny hop, and you saw another boost in it.
Oh, it's huge
as well. And then with the event at LP Creamery, and then obviously benefiting the Special Olympics.
Right.
Good things to be able to say about those things.
Yes.
So that is a look at some of the events that have taken place. More coming up as well. This is newer a relationship that's building with the Christian County Health Department. I've talked a little bit with some of them over there, but I'd love to hear it from your end. What is that relationship that we're building right now with the CCHD?
Oh, it's a great relationship. You know, we started a pilot program where, you know, we do have frequent flyers that have mental health issues. You know, the health department was able to get a social worker there, and so we're working with her, and also Peyton. She's a case manager, and of course, always we have Sue Passel to help us. But it's great. You know, we've had a call out Thursday. We contacted the social worker and Peyton. They came out and spoke to an individual that needed some mental health assistance, and they came out right away when we called. We were there. We helped out this person. The next day on Friday, this person decided to go to the psych ward. He was in a psychosis stage. Actually, I don't know why. I just arrested him not too long ago, but he wanted me to drive him. So the social worker called me up, and you know, I'm busy, but I'll put I'll stop and help this guy out. So I drove him to the hospital at Memorial and for him to get treatment. But it's great. You know, it's great for the officers to have you know, someone to reach out to and say, hey, listen, I'm at, you know, 123 Main Street with the person in psychosis that doesn't want to go to the hospital, but he doesn't want to kill himself. He just needs to talk to somebody. So we have that resource now, and that's really going to help us out. It's going to help out the people that are mentally ill. You know, like I said, last year our calls went up 75%, and mental health is a problem everywhere in this country. And Taylorville, we're taking steps to help these people get back on their feet.
And when I had talked to members of the CCHD, Langen, as you mentioned, or Williams, they know it's needed, and you know that it's needed, and they're hoping that the community will come to the support of mental health. Is this that right step in that direction? I believe it to be, but do you feel this is that right step in the direction for the community to also get those resources in a moment's notice?
Yeah, and this, you know, like this is just one part of the resources, and we need several parts.
Mm-hmm.
This county is definitely way down when it comes to mental health compared to other counties, and we need to step up. We have to step up, and there's no question, there's no need for us to be where we're at, but we are making baby steps. But we really need to get a bigger boost on mental health, period. You know, it's just going to help a lot of people. You know, it's going to save lives, and it's going to stop from people getting hurt too, because these guys get in these manic modes, and they want to fight the police, they want to fight their spouses, or you know, we've seen it. So I think with them being here, it's going to help us out a lot. I just think it's a great program. Safe Passages, we deal with substance abuse, but also we deal with mental health. So now we can call the health department. They'll come right down and help us out with this person that we have.
Well, that'll do it for us here. We're speaking with Taylorville Police Chief Dwayne Wheeler about just a whole lot of things going on, and I wish we had some more time, but we are completely out. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show on WTIM.
Your information station. WTIM.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville.
96.1 FM Taylorville.
107.5 FM Shelbyville.
107.9 FM Pena-Nokomis.
That the president campaigned on in 2024, including no taxes on tips, overtime pay, and auto loan interest payments.
Correspondent Ken Lorman says now come talks aimed at crafting a bill that could win approval by the original Memorial Day deadline. President Trump and Russia's Vladimir Putin scheduled to talk by phone this morning. And following that call, Mr. Trump will be speaking with Ukrainian President Zelensky as Russia's war in Ukraine rages on. Cancer touches us all. The words of former President Biden. He's facing a serious health challenge.
Biden's office says he was diagnosed